In this video, I'm going to talk about 10 Nintendo Switch games that I've never played before. Now we have a mix of all sorts of different games here. We've got anything from Sonic games, we've got Kirby, we've got even Nia Automata here, so like JRPGs, we've got indies like Hollow Knight, got a whole bunch of different stuff here of all sort of general ages and types of games. So let's just jump right in and talk about it. First game that I tried out was Sonic Mania Plus. Now look at this beautiful casing for this game. So this game also comes with this, and it comes with this beautiful booklet as well. So this booklet has like all this really awesome art for Sonic, which I really liked. It's such a special touch. And one thing I really liked about this game is it starts in the Green Hill Zone. So the Green Hill Zone is pretty important because that's like old school Sonic, and that was such a massive throwback for me as a player because I was like, oh my gosh, it's like my childhood all over again. Like I used to play Sonic on PC and even on like Sega and stuff like that. It's such a huge like throwback to the original Sonic games on the PC. This is a massive throwback to like Sega or like old school Sonic, man. I grew up like playing Sonic, so man, this is like a real throwback to it. So get nostalgia right here, right now. It's a lot of fun. Oh dude, this is like such a throwback to like my childhood right here. Like I grew up on this stuff, so yeah, man, if you like arcade stuff, this is great. If you love like old school Sonic games and stuff like that, definitely Sonic Mania Plus. Like, man, it's just a game that you just have to pick up and play if you like all that sort of stuff. Like, once again, just a huge nostalgia trip playing this game, and it's a lot of fun. Like, it's just basically just a platformer game and using speed up effects with Sonic, build up speed, collect coins, and you destroy robots or creatures along the way, defeat bosses, all those sorts, and it's such a fun experience. You gotta play it, man. You gotta play it. Next one that I tried, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I can't believe it's 2023 and I still haven't played this game until today. And let me tell you, I've been missing out. This game, one, it's just absolutely beautiful, and two, really fun to play. Like the transitions between the camera angles when you're going through different transitions, man, it just seamlessly works so well, and I wish I played it so much sooner. And I love Kirby because I played Super Smash Brothers, and that game has Kirby in it, and Kirby was like one of my favorite characters to use because, you know, it can actually float because it blows itself up with air, and it can suck in the bad guys or stuff like that and like get different abilities. So like in the start of the game, you suck in some like sort of knight or something like that, and then you get like a sword. But for example, like tries to swallow a car, and then I'm laughing because you're riding around this car and he's Kirby, and it's just so funny. And it was genuinely such a joy to play. And it's like Super Mario Odyssey is genuinely a joy to play. So if you haven't played Kirby and the Forgotten Land yet, I'm highly doubting it, but if you haven't, definitely give this game a go. It's a lot of fun. You gotta play it. Next game, Super Mario Odyssey. Like I mentioned before, man, I had so much fun in this game. So I don't know if this is like just a remake of the original. I'm pretty sure it is, and it was just so fun, man. Like I genuinely just had the most fun time playing this game, and it's been sitting around in my wardrobe for ages because my brother bought this for me a while ago, and I just never picked it up since like my birthday. I think it was like last year. It's just been sitting there, and I picked it up finally and started playing it, and I was like, why didn't I play this so long ago? Because it's so much fun. Like you basically have so many different like arenas with everything being specifically super different than the last thing you just played, and that's what makes it just keep going and wants to make you keep playing the game. It's so captivating in that sense where every single new stage that you go in is just so different from the last, and it's so incredibly well made, and I had so much fun. And I was laughing because basically you can use a cap, and the cap has these eyes, and it's just so funny because you lose your original hat in this like ship because Bowser like throws you off the ship, and then there's this like, I don't know, ghost hat thing, and then it turns red for Mario, and now you guys are partners, and you use this hat as like a weapon, but also like for some weird reason you can become like a frog, and then you're just jumping really high, and it's just so funny. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. What? No way, dude. That's so awesome. The general gameplay of this is just really, really good. So you guys really got to play this if you haven't played Super Mario Odyssey yet for the Nintendo Switch. It's one of those games where I feel like it's a must play. If you have a Nintendo Switch, it's just that much fun. You have to play this. The next game is called the Untitled Goose game. Like the game before, it is just so funny. You basically are a goose and you can grab onto things, and that's how you can sort of, I don't know, progress through the game. Sort of through individual puzzles, like how do you open this gate? Okay, well you need to turn the sprinkler on, and then this guy's gonna open the gate for you. And then you have like random items like just laying around that you can just grab, like cans, and then you have like fruit or like a picnic thing that you have to like do something with to progress in the game. But I feel like it's just a lot of fun, and it's really like sort of cozy, easy going game. Like there's no way you're gonna sort of die or have to restart the game in any sense. It's just one of those slapstick sandbox games where it's just really funny and it's a lot of fun. It's a really simplistic game too, like with the art style. It's a real throwback to real old school games in that sense, and it's a full-on indie game, but so much fun to play, and I highly recommend it for just a good, fun, cozy time to play a game and have a lot of laughs out of. It'll probably make your day if you've had a really bad day. So definitely play this game, the Untitled Goose game, if you haven't. The next game that I tried out, Metroid Dread. Can you believe that it's been this long that I haven't even tried this game out either? But yes, finally got around to playing this game, and it's a more mature game for your Nintendo Switch. It's not one of those games that every person's gonna like in that sense, because for me, like, I didn't really gravitate towards it at first, but when I got to playing it, I sort of understood why people like it so much. It's sort of like a really well-made platformer game, but the controls are really difficult to sort of understand at first as well, because it's just different, like the way the layout is with the controls. So it was a bit more challenging to get into. The storyline is still pretty awesome. So you've got the capability also of having Samus. So if you have like the amiibo of Samus, you can actually connect it to the controller and do some fun things with that as well. But it's just interesting because one, the suit is different with Samus in this game. Usually she's all red from what I remember, but in this game it's just a red helmet and then a blue suit. And I think it's because there's all these parasites, and basically the parasites overcome Samus and the suit breaks, so then Samus has like a brand new suit. Just a classic sort of platformer game. So you go through different stages and you've got different sort of things to shoot, different creatures to shoot and stuff like that, like parasites and stuff like that. And then you have like the occasional boss that you'll go through as well. So it's a lot of fun in that sense, where you've got just basic sort of platformer game, and then you shoot creatures, and then you go to a boss, off to the next one pretty much. So if you like that sort of game, definitely Metroid Dread is for you. Next one, Slime Rancher. This is the portable edition, which was quite funny. That's sort of like a play on with the actual game, because inside joke right there with the game. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of fun. Like, I didn't think I would
probably enjoy this game as much as I did, but I actually did enjoy it.
You just go around like collecting slime. That's all you have to do. Wait. Yo, what is going on right now? This game is nice, man. Like, was recommended to me by the person who works at EB Games and is actually a lot of fun.
It's sort of like this open world game where you sort of collect slime or your different items like fruits or different collectibles and stuff like that. And there was only the occasional thing where it was like black slime sort of comes around and then it just sort of expands and then you're just like, holy crap, what do I do here? That's like the worst thing that happens in the game. Apart from that, it's a really sort of cozy, easygoing game where you'll probably have a lot of fun out of. And it's sort of like an open world game where you can collect a lot of items and progress through the game that way. So it's fun to sort of explore the world because it's open and you can run around just sort of collecting slime. Genuinely had a good time, so definitely check it out. It was actually a lot of fun. The next game, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. This game took me by surprise. I've never played a Monster Hunter game in my entire life, and let me tell you, I have been missing out. This game was so much damn fun, and I was like, man, like Pokemon, step your game up, because this game is what Pokemon should be on the Switch. Let me tell you, like the new games like Scarlet and Violet are like beta games compared to this game in terms of one, the graphics, the characters, just the layout of like all the towns and everything like that. Like just the way it's put together is so much better, well done than what Pokemon is for the Nintendo Switch. Honestly, it is such a good game to play. Like you basically can run around in this open world, hatch, raise, and battle alongside different monsters. So you basically got 3 different choices. You've got power moves, you've got speed moves, or you've got technical moves. And it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. So whatever the opponent picks, you could either draw, you could win, or you could lose. And that's based on how much damage you're gonna take or how much damage you're gonna give if you win that sort of round. You also have special attacks, and we've also got items which will take a turn as well. But basically, you're fighting as yourself and the monster is alongside you. And it's just so much fun because it's an open world. Find different like dinosaurs or different monsters to sort of hatch and raise with eggs and stuff like that, and probably evolve as you go. So I think honestly this is what Pokemon should be stepping up to for the Nintendo Switch, because it has like Breath of the Wild level graphics on here and it runs really well, really smoothly, and it's so much fun. You guys got to play this game, Monster Hunter Stories 2. It is so much fun. You got to play it. The next game, Nier Automata. Now I've never played Nier Automata before, and this is sort of like a JRPG style game, but it's based in sort of like this dystopian future universe where robots are trying to take over the world and you are there to save the day. And it sort of mixes around a lot of levels. I didn't really get into the game long enough to sort of experience the full amount of all the different styles and levels that you actually go through. I just did all the basic sort of battleship sort of beginning stages. With that, it kind of continues alongside with the game with some basic mechanics, like we've got these dark orbs that you have to dodge. That's something that you're going to deal with in the entire game. Also, really beautiful sort of dystopian graphics. That's also going to be something that you're dealing with throughout the whole game. But it's the full game. When I watched the full playthrough, I was really surprised by just the mix of like different styles that you're going to go through. You're going to go through combat with ships, and then you're going to do JRPG style, and then you're going to go into a whole different style of gameplay. So it really has like a mix of all these different sort of gameplay styles, and this is why it probably has over 100 awards and nominations. It really is an experience if you're in it for the long haul. So it's definitely a game that I need to just play a lot more of to get more out of. but the time that I had with it, it was okay. I just wish I played it a lot more to have a lot more fun out of. So definitely if you're in for like a long haul, and if you want to play a game that's like JRPG style, but also has like a mix of like all these other things. If you like sort of JRPG dystopian style games, then this game is perfect for you. Go out there, pick it up, play it, see if you like it. It might be for you. The next game, Hollow Knight. Once again, this game was like sitting around for ages, but one thing I loved about this game that really stuck out to me was not only the dark setting, but the music really hit home. So the music was so synchronistic with the world that you're in.
The music's really like deep and kind of really sad. And it brings out like the world, if that makes sense. Makes it really cinematic.
Dark world, and the art style is purely incredible when you play this game. So you're basically a knight and you're fighting all these bugs to try and, I don't know, basically just solve this open world, dark world thing, underground world. I don't know what the full story about this game is. I don't know, because you just sort of dropped in this world and there's no sort of backstory that really tells you why this knight is in this dark world. But anyway, it's a beautiful game that you gotta try out. It's similar to Ori and the Will of the Wisps. There's like this sort of platformer game, and we've got different stages, different settings. You're in an open world. You can unlock puzzles to get to new stages, meet characters along the way, level up your character with new abilities and stuff like that. It's really, really awesome. So you got to try this out. If you haven't tried it out yet, Hollow Knight is probably one of the best indie games that you'll ever play in your entire life. And the last game on the list is Astral Chain. Now this game is interesting and very unique. So it's like a JRPG style game, but also has cyberpunk elements, and you're basically a police officer. We have these like astral chains, and it's just so whack, but it's so sick at the same time. You guys gotta play this. It is really, really awesome. You gotta try it out. So the main world is called the Ark, and you're basically just solving all the main mysteries in here. But what I loved about this game was just like the cyberpunk style. So cool, and the combat was really cool too. It was just like one of those games that you can't really replicate in any sort of way because it's its own thing. Like I haven't really played another game like Astral Chain, so just recommend it for something unique. But a lot of people recommended this game, so if you haven't played this game before, it looks really cool on the Nintendo Switch. It'll probably blow you away with the intro, and you'll have so much fun with it. So if you haven't played this game yet, just give it a go, see if you like it. So these are all the games that I pretty much reviewed today. And basically my favorites from today's selection of random Nintendo Switch games were pretty much Hollow Knight. That was really, really good, really impressive game. Definitely must have if you have a Switch. Next game, Monster Hunter Stories 2. I feel like this game is really what Pokemon should be. I'm just going to praise this game so much from now on. It is really, really awesome. I feel like a lot more people should know about Monster Hunter Stories 2. It was really, really good. The next game that I liked was Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey is definitely a must-have if you haven't played it yet for the Nintendo Switch. A classic Mario game, and I'm pretty sure it's the remastered version for the original, and every single stage is going to be different when you play it, so you're going to want to keep playing the game. It is probably perfect for the Nintendo Switch. It is so damn good, so definitely pick up that game. The next game I would say is definitely Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Man, I had so much fun while playing this, and it was a genuine good time, so definitely going to put this one on the list. Definitely more to play with this game. Similar to Super Mario Odyssey, I feel like these two are definitely must-haves if you have a Nintendo Switch because they were great, so much fun to play. And even like Sonic Mania Plus Like that was such a great throwback, and you get all these extras, you get a cool like sort of art book with it, and such just like a genuine throwback to my childhood right there. So definitely a worthwhile to play if you haven't played it yet. Hopefully this video helps you out with choosing some brand new Switch games that you've never played before. If you haven't picked up like stuff like Hollow Knight or Sonic Mania Plus, maybe you will now because of this video. So like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and we'll see you guys next time.